Hey guys, welcome to the Dream Coin. It's Tyler again, and you already knew I was probably going to make this video, didn't you? Fisker's been blowing up over the last couple of days. It looks like a analyst priced them above $25 now. I think it was like 27, 28 is the exact price point. And they've been getting a lot of attention lately right now because they're sitting around $18 at the time of me making this video. And they've had a lot of stuff coming out with them where they recently announced their new car model Ocean that's coming out in 2022. It's a very beautiful looking car. I haven't looked too much into the specs of it myself, but it looks very promising for a competitor on the electric vehicle market to Tesla and some of the other companies that are trying to compete in the main market in the United States right now. I'm going to be giving an update on the price of Hyliion today as well, just because yesterday when I called it last night, it did exactly what I thought I was going to do today. I think a good entry point for this when it's dipping is going to be around that 18 to 19 range if you can get in. It ended up like skyrocketing for a few right around open, and then it did like a hard dip, allowed us to buy into that 18 to 19 range that I figured it would, and it's just been holding pretty well at its current price. So it's still a very good range for you to try to buy into right now, and I'm expecting it to gap up again on Tuesday pretty hard and test those 20s again, considering market is closed on Monday and we won't be seeing anything open again until Tuesday. So especially with all the sell-offs today and people getting excited about the news, and as it gets more publicity for Hyliion, that's going to be pretty big going into Tuesday. For Fisker, I am excited to talk about this stock just because the company is going to be a pretty big name coming up in the electric vehicle market. I feel like President Biden is making a big push for the United States to move more towards electric vehicles and being more eco-friendly for everything. So I think all of the electric vehicle industry is going to kind of just go up from the amount of influence that not only the government's getting, but a lot of the people that are buying into these cars are giving them at this time. And this is kind of why everybody's freaking out about Fisker right now, because 11 a.m. Eastern today, Fisker's shares were up 26% from yesterday's closing prices, just because Morgan Stanley analyst Adam Jonas gave coverage of it with a rating and saying it has a price target of $27. He's been very bullish on the electrical vehicle industry in the past, like with Tesla and different things like that. And so what makes this interesting is that, especially with a bigger name analyst like that giving it a big price point, it's going to give the stock a lot more attention. But not only alongside that, I personally enjoy Fisker just from looking at the car design of their Ocean vehicle that's supposed to come out in 2022, because it's a different kind of model of electric vehicle that we're used to. All the other cars look really sleek as like sports cars look, and they look almost more like luxury cars, whereas this car looks kind of cool in the sense that it's more of an SUV style, and it gives more of that kind of sleek family like vibe to it. While you're going in, you don't feel like you're trying to almost flaunt your money on people just because you want to be eco-friendly and stuff like that. So I think it's a nice little change from the electric vehicle market for everything that's going on. And not only that, Fisker is set to report its fourth quarter and full year 2020 results for earnings and everything like that in the US markets on Thursday, February 25th is the projected date. So that's potentially going to give good insight into the company as well as we go forward. But heading over here, like I said, you can see Fisker has been crazy from where it was yesterday. It was closed around $15, and then after hours, it's just been going up constantly throughout that time. It's continued its upward trend through from after hours, after this news came out, or just people that are connected with Fisker in any extent of that way. But coming into market open, they had like their big sell-off from their peak over after hours, and it's just been going up almost consistently through the day. Obviously took a little dip, but the whole market's been kind of down today, so that lines up with everything else, and it's continuing almost an upward trend above 19 still going into close today. So we'll see where it is after market close today, but this is looking very good for the outlook of the company. For more of a technical view, I'm looking for it to follow this trend going back up, and I'm hoping that it's going to keep continuing on this route. And if it does, we could potentially be seeing 20 plus come Tuesday when it gaps up. I think it's going to close roughly around like 1940, 1950, if not more, with just people trying to get last minute buys before the weekend. And then I think it's going to push like $20, $50, $21 on Tuesday at some point for a high peak. Coming over here for the update on Hyliion, this is exactly where I thought it was going to be yesterday. As you can see, this had it peaked at like 18.20 earlier, right after it did like their weird like sell off after hours this morning. And then like it just kind of coasted into that 18 to 19 range that I said to look out for yesterday for a buy. Right now we're going into market close. We got about like 15 minutes till market close, and it's trending between the 18.6, 18.9 range. I think it's going to stay. I don't think it goes much higher than 9 really. I'm going to look for it to gap up on Tuesday as well, just like Fisker. I think it's going to go back and retest the 20s again. A lot of this being down is, like I said, because of the market was all just kind of down right now. A lot of people are just trying to sell off and not hold before the weekend, with everything coming up to being a 3-day weekend and the market being closed Monday. So I could see this and Fisker gapping up pretty hard on Monday. And I just wanted to give you guys an update on Hyliion to show you where I thought my analysis lied yesterday, and it worked out pretty where I thought it was. I think the lowest was like 18.20, so it didn't even touch 18. It was just perfectly in the middle of that 18 to 19 range I was telling you guys to look out for. And that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and the update on Hyliion, as well as my analysis briefly of the whole Fisker fiasco that's going on, with everybody trying to get into this, with the price getting pushed up by Morgan Stanley and everything like that, and they're buying in. Hopefully you can get in and get yourself a piece, because that's going to be a really nice rise up as we get into going over to that. So keep you guys posted on what you should be looking for going into the market on Tuesday. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.